Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's very exciting to see you all. Well, I can't actually see you, but I know that you're there. This space age technology that we are living in is jolly exciting, isn't it? Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. I am Neil Kelso. I am a magician, the real life, I make my living doing magic. So I'm a compulsive liar. I tell lies to reveal the truth. And that's what I'll be doing this evening, hopefully with your help. So there's an opportunity for you to participate at various moments in the show. But I would like to begin with a suitably space age technology way of beginning, which is if you can see me and hear me, please give me a sign. Maybe say where you are in the world. Maybe I've been reading in the chat that Ali's got some wine. Well done, Ali. And Colin's undecided between the beer and the wine, but good luck with that choice. And some other people, I saw very few soft drinks mentioned, so I hope that this evening's show is not too drunk and disorderly, but if you want to spill your drinks and smash your glasses, that's fine. Nobody at the venue has to clear it up. So welcome to a magic show. There's something I want to tell you before we properly begin, which is that this is a world first, not just the fact that this technology exists, but this show, what we're about to do together, has never existed before. And you are the very first audience experiencing it. And I only mention that because it's very relevant for The Magician. Number one, you are audience number one. So I don't want to say this, but the pressure's kind of on at the moment for you. So be a good audience. I will try and be a good magician. What that means is I will tell you lots of lies. I'm basically, oh, hello, Ali, Stoke-on-Trent, Lindsay in Minneapolis, hello, welcome. Oh, somebody else in Essex, very good, welcome, hello, I'm glad you are receiving me. That moment is like very weird, it is very like seance-like, isn't it? It's very like, I can't see you or hear you, but if you can hear me, give me a sign. And then through the little Ouija board here, hello, Robert Talkie, somebody's like, I can hear you. So spooky, very magic. So yes, I am a real life magician. I make my living doing it, so you could kind of say I'm an honest magician. I'm an unreliable narrator. And tonight, the more you participate, the better. Even though we're far away, the scientific way of learning about the world is to distance ourselves from the variables so that we can measure them and understand them. But the magic way of doing things is to become one of the variables, to participate in the universe, and that's how we understand it with magic. Hello, Marion, Scotland. Well done, and very nice to see you all. So there's a few things. Hopefully you've got some cards nearby and some paper and pens, scissors. If you don't have scissors, don't worry. You can just tear things with your hands or mouth or hooves or whatever you have, and that should be fine. And yeah, so I will lie to you. So you will be deceived this evening, but that's kind of the point. You're tuning in for a magic show. And one thing also that I wanted to emphasize is that very often me and my friends, because I am a magician and magicians are number one, and therefore all magicians are me, and I am all magicians. Jackie from London, hello. I'm in a secret location just outside London in an underground bunker, broadcasting to you via the space station. So Paul the Sound Guy Spicer is basically like, if you ever watch Thunderbirds, he's like in Thunderbird 5 in orbit. And before we went live then, he was like this ninja, like making everything work. Like he went on a space flight outside of the International Space Station to plug everything together. It's space age there. And the reason that I can't see you is because I've built a system here to enable you to experience theater as close as I can approximate and with some extra treats. I'm basically here driving Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, if you want to imagine that. There's levers and cameras and everything everywhere. So tonight, world first, who knows what will happen? Glitchy, take part. Mary, you have wine, well done. John Williams has wine as well. One of my favorite composers has tuned in. Oh, well, you probably hate that joke, sorry. Unless you are the, anyway. Yes, so, magic show. Often when my friends and I get referred to, and by my friends, I mean all of the friends that I have that got trapped inside a thing called tarot hundreds of years ago, very often people refer to it as the fool's journey, like the fool going on this journey. But the fool is nothing, zero, literally nothing. Number one is me, the magician. So really it's the magician's journey. Who did Chesney Hawkes write a song about? Me. Oh, I love your energy too, Ali. So Tonight, this is the magician's journey, if you see what I mean. So I think I've told you all the things I need to do. I think I'll just explain some bits. So yeah, hopefully try to keep up and enjoy the show as we go. Now, what I mean when I say that I'm an unreliable narrator is that sometimes when there's a magician around, things are not quite what they seem. And it's very difficult to explain that kind of paradox to you without telling untruths. So instead of using words, what I'll do is I'll show you. I'm going to show you this paradox. Abraca cheers. And I'm going to show you what it really means when I say that things are not what they seem. Watch very carefully. Abracadabra. You see, things are really not what they seem. But every action has a consequence. Every beginning has an end. Every up has a down. Every left has a right. And everything that we're going to do together this evening does have a consequence. And it's very important to remember that. And I fear that it's very nearly the witching hour. So, first, help. I think I'm trapped inside a clock. Now, come closer, because for this one, you're going to want to be able to touch your screen. I know. So come closer. Yes, I see you. Don't worry, no one's judging you. Come closer. Very good. Really do it. Good, good. Yes, good. So I need you to think about any number from 1 to 12. You have a completely free choice. You can think of any number that you see here. Now, place your fingertip on 12. You're going to make 3 moves to arrive at a random number. So first, you should spell the number you thought of, 1 through 12. So making 1 move clockwise around the circle for each letter. In other words, if you thought of 1, you'd spell O-N-E, moving your finger 1, 2, 3, and pausing there. So do that now. So spell the number that you thought of. Go. Good. So your finger is now on a new number. I want you to spell that. Continuing to move around the circle, make your first move on the first letter. Go. Fine. You've reached another number. One last time, I want you to spell that number, continuing around the circle. So you made a random choice and you've moved twice since then. It might surprise you to find out that I've predicted your movements. In fact, I predicted it hundreds of years ago. You have arrived at 1 o'clock. 1 being my number, the number of the magician. And if you aren't at 1 o'clock, then you're going to have to listen more closely in future. And now for something completely different, we're going to do some crafting, some witch crafting. That's right. We're going to have an interactive moment of ritual. So get your paper, get your piece of paper. Hopefully you've got some paper. Now we actually need 4 pieces of paper for what we're going to do. So if you like, you can do what I'm going to do, which is fold your paper into 4. Take your scissors and trim off the edges like this and like this. And by doing this, you end up with 4 very approximately equal pieces of paper. That's all we need for now. And our first exercise, we're just going to use the first one. So you only need 1 to start you off. And we're going to be thinking about earthly things. So things to do with the element of earth, which could be to do with the ground itself and your natural habitat. But it could also be to do with money, to do with finances, to do with anything that makes you feel rich or wealthy. And get yourself a pen. If you have different colors, you might want to choose a color that you connect with that element. And we're just going to basically create a drawing that represents your relationship at the moment with Earth, with the idea of Earth. And we're just going to fill one side of a piece of paper. So a good way to begin is to draw something that maybe represents Earth. You could draw a big circle for the planet Earth. It could also be like a pentacle. It could also be like a coin. So do some doodles, make it your own, so that you will recognize this when you see it again, and it will resonate with you in a kind of earthy way. Now, add to this something that's going to help you set some kind of gratitude. So think about, maybe it's your financial situation or your home life, or it could be something to do with where you live, anything that you connect with Earth that you could think of as being grateful for at the moment. So maybe it's the fact that, of course, you could be richer, but you're grateful for what you have. It could be that you're grateful for having a roof over your head. Add some words, add some thoughts, add some ideas, things that you're grateful for. Basically, fill this page. Do it intuitively, do it as quickly as you can. We don't have very long, so just do a little bit of a brain dump. Make it whatever you want it to be, so some gratitude in there, and also something which is about setting an intention. So maybe it's something you can do that could improve these situations. So is there something you could do that could make you feel richer, wealthier, more connected to the earth, or more connected to nature in some way? So could it be, it could be as simple as having more plants in your house. It could be as simple as, is that a pineapple? It could be as simple as going on more walks. But add some doodles which represent those things for you, so that when you come back to this card, it's going to be beaming happy earthly energy back at you. So create your doodle, complete it nice and quickly, and once you've done it, place it somewhere that you can see it. So place it somewhere in front of you so that it will keep beaming that beautiful energy at you as we continue. So finish that off as quickly as you possibly can, and we will move on with our most magical next moment. So put it somewhere nice and safe, somewhere nice and clear. Okay, it's time for us to break out the tarot. Yes. Now, if you have any rituals where you like to cleanse the space, I'm just going to light a candle. You're welcome to do the same, should you wish. Health and safety first, of course. There we go. Now, things to note about tarot. If you have any questions that you would like to answer, please do type them. Please do send me comments. I'm trying to keep up with the comments as I go. So if you have a question, type a Q and something you would like answered. I can't promise that I'll get to all, or maybe even many. I might get to some, but I'll try and answer some if I can. The only thing I really want to begin by saying is that obviously in tarot, there are some scary looking cards. There is like the death card, and if the death card comes up, it doesn't necessarily mean you're all going to die tonight. It's just like a 95% chance of that happening. So don't you stop it. I've told you about this before. Yeah, if death comes up, that's not necessarily what you think it is. Don't jump to conclusions about the cards. If it sparks something interesting in your brain, that's interesting. Hold on to it, but don't assume the first thing that springs to mind is necessarily correct. I'm going to give these a very quick shuffle. It would be great if you could all send a bit of energy into this as well. So like loosen up your necks, give your hands a shake. Very good. Like just get your blood pumping a little bit and send me some energy. I'm going to draw 3 cards over our time together this evening. I'm going to treat them as past, present, and future because I think that gives us all something to work with. But do send me your questions as well, and we'll try and incorporate those as we go. So let's get started. So here we have the Hanged Man. Now, very often people's first assumption is that this is something to do with somebody being hung, like it's an execution, which is maybe what the title might suggest, but actually the image suggests something very different. You see, we have a man upside down, a person who has turned their appreciation of the world upside down. So if we're thinking about what this could mean about the past, I mean, a very obvious interpretation is that the world has literally been turned upside down over the past 12 months. And so we're all seeing the world from a very different perspective. So maybe we can actually learn some lessons from this person. You see, the Hanged Man is maybe somebody who could teach us something about this. So if you do have any questions specific to this, do type them in now. So send me them and let's see whether we can get a little more wisdom from the Hanged Man himself.
Hello, dearies, it's me. It's the Hanging Man. I prefer the name Hanging Man to Hanged Man because I'm still doing it. You see, I'm still hanging. Now, your world's been turned upside down lately, but I'm pretty feeling the right way up this year, to be honest. 2020 is the year to be upside down. Now, Deanna, I've been torturing you all day, haven't I, love? I've been popping up, and I've got a message for you. So listen very carefully. My message for you is this. You shouldn't listen too much to a magician pretending to be the Hanged Man, because it's just a theatrical device. But my message for you, Deanna, is this. Take a moment to yourself. Have some fun. Pause. reflect. And you know what? If the world's passing you by, just say hello to them and let them go on their way. Now, some people, oh, Chris, stop rolling with laughter. You'll make me chuckle. It's very hard to laugh when you're upside down, otherwise you lose your lunch. So, some people want to know what's behind my back. Well, what's behind my back is actually a letter from Odin's lawyer, because apparently Odin copyrighted the idea of hanging in a tree upside down like this for knowledge or something, and apparently I'm infringing his copyright. But that's why I've got that behind my back. So thanks so much for your questions. And Sam, I'm sure your drawing's lovely. Mary, well done for getting rid of your spouse so you can concentrate. Spend a bit more time with me. Look, let's see if I can swing. Oh, it's quite windy today. I'm going to swing. Oh, here we go. And here we go. Here we go.
Hello, now the time has come for another crafty moment. So get your next piece of paper. So get your next blank piece of paper from your collection of pieces of paper. And this time we're going to be exploring the element of water. So get a doodling pen. If you have multiple colors, you could choose a blue or like a sea green or something that you connect with the idea of water and that kind of energy. So whether that's like tidal or whether it's rivers or whether it's water like staying hydrated. So think about all the water that there could be around you in life and start representing that in some way. Now for me, water's always a little bit like this. It's always like flowing. It's like a river, but it could also be like a sea, kind of a seascape off the horizon. And this water represents water, which is essential for life, but it also therefore represents everything that water does. So water exists in our bodies. We use it in our blood to carry nutrients around our body. So water is like a kind of caring presence that carries things. So it represents the healing people around us, but it could also be something as simple as nice food, or it could be like that kind of feeling of flow when ideas and inspiration just come to you. So have a little think and try to represent something that you're grateful for. And it could be really simple. It could be literally as simple as the fact that there is a delicious tall lemonade next to you, or that you've been hydrating well. Or it could be something a little more profound to do with your well-being and your health, something that you're grateful for, or the health and well-being of somebody near you. If they're doing well, if there's something good that's coming about in your environment, absolutely you should celebrate that, because that is a good thing too. And set some kind of intention. So whilst you're creating this watery doodle, have a think and allow your brain to suggest things to you as well. Set some kind of intention, which could be to do with looking after your own self. Like think of your cup of life being your heart, and think about what those things could be that you could do that would take more care of yourself. The world obviously is in a crazy place at the moment. So what could you do that maybe just carves out a little moment of calm and flow and that kind of nice energy into your life? So for me, I think it's actually being more careful with time with the right people. So like connecting with people, even though we're far apart, is something that's very important to me for well-being. So I'm representing that there. So get your doodles done. Create something that really represents that intention that you have, and get it on the page. And once you've done your doodle, put it somewhere that you can see it as well. So you've got your earth one somewhere, put your water one somewhere else, so they're both kind of smiling at you with all this exciting ideas and energy and reflections that you've been doing. And you don't need to overthink it. Just literally get the idea down as quickly and as easily as you can. And don't worry if you forget something that's really obvious. Don't kick yourself. Just get things down, get positive, exciting things flowing. And we will continue our adventure. I have here a newspaper and a very dry white wine.
Via, via, vieni via di qui. Niente più ti lega a questi luoghi, neanche questi fiori azzurri. Via, via, neanche questo tempo grigio, pieno di musica
Or as the Germans say,
e di uomini che ti sono
castle,
piaciuti.
castle.
It's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. Good luck, my baby, it's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. I dream of you, chips, chips. Da ti do di do, chi boom, chi boom boom. Da ti do di do, chi boom, chi boom boom. Da ti do di do. Via, via, vieni
Very
via.
dry white wine.
Entra in questo amore buio, non perderti per niente al mondo. Via, via, non perderti per niente al mondo. Lo spettacolo d'arte varia di uno innamorato di te. It's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. Good luck, my baby, it's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. I dream of you, chips, chips, chips. Da-di-do-di-do,
Very well.
da-di-do-di-do, chi-boom, chi-boom-boom. Da-di-do-di-do.
Abracad cheers. Yes, the cards are out again. Let's find our second card. So one to represent the present moment, something to tell us about the present. So again, if you could rub your hands together, give your head a shake, maybe stamp your feet, get your blood pumping, shake your hands in the air, send some energy this way. Take a deep breath. Let's discover what the next card is. So here we have the Devil. The Devil is a fascinating card. It's dark, but it's exciting. The Devil is very often a card that I connect with habits, but sometimes bad habits. Things that we do, but maybe don't have to do. Things that we maybe have fallen into a habit with. So these people are tied up, but they could escape. They're maybe under their own bondage in a way. But you see, the Devil's an interesting character because there's so much depth and interest and intrigue to what a devil means to us culturally and the stories that we tell. So maybe now is the time for us to find out a little bit more about what the devil would tell us about the present moment, because this is about maybe changing habits, about getting rid of some things that we're doing at the moment which are maybe not healthy, maybe implementing some healthier ways of thinking, or changing our relationship with the things in our lives and the people in our lives. So let's have a think about that.
Hi, recognize me? I bet you do. So, yes, it's me, the devil. I know. Talk about me, I shall appear. I'm not going to beat about the burning bush. I'm pretty stoked to be here. It's nice to see you all. And I mean, I suppose I could tell you a few things about life as the devil. I have a pretty busy schedule, dealing with all you know. And I also, I mean, it's kind of complicated because I do actually spend a lot of my time taking the credit for stuff that I didn't do. Like, I didn't come up with half the stuff that you attribute to me, but I'll take it. It's great. It's not bad for the reputation, if you know what I mean. But it keeps me kind of busy. Now you're probably wondering why, when all of the best composers are down here, do I listen to this music? Well, I consider it elevator music. I love a pun. So, does anyone have any questions for me? Anything you want to know? Something that, the devil's here. What should we ask? Any questions? Oh, Teresa, hello. Does that paper also turn red wine white? I will ask the magician. I would assume so, because, it came out pretty well read. So maybe the solution is to get a paper with less news in it. I don't know, complicated. So, yeah, welcome. Oh, Chris, please do not spit out your heavenly host. That's so what I would do, spitting out his wine, honestly. Who is this? So, a big shout out as well to the people at the naughty table. I know you're here. Hi. And a shout out to everyone who didn't know there was a naughty table but now wants to join it. So well done you. And yes, so that's me. I'm just going to be down here. If anyone's oh yeah, hi, Colleen. Do you time to limbo? Oh, do I have time to limbo? In limbo. I like it, Colleen. That's a good one. I do limbo in limbo. I'm pretty limber from the limbo in limbo. And I like to also purg in purgatory. That's a verb that hasn't been invented yet, but it will be next year. So look out for that one in Oxford English Dictionary 2021. Kim, who else is there with me? Yes. So I've got quite a few people that you would know. Over here. There's too many. There's loads, and there's room for more, just about. So keep up what you're doing, and if you're in luck, you can come party with me. So yeah, that's pretty much my message for me for tonight. Any more questions? Just flush them down the toilet, the usual way that people get questions to me. I don't know. It's pretty hot down here. It's really. I think I'm gonna hand you back to my old buddy, that magician-y type. Before it really is actually incredibly hot here. For this next little magical moment, I invite you to pick up your favorite deck of cards. Now, this might be a deck of tarot that you have nearby. It might be Pokemon. It might be, I don't know, whatever decks you have. It can be anything. It could be Lenormand. It could be anything you like. So pick it up and give it a shuffle. I'm going to be using a deck that's rather special to me. These are effectively poker cards, like playing cards that you would play cards with, but they are for fortune telling. Each one has special messages. It's just an important deck to me, but you can use whatever you like. So take out your favorite deck and give it a shuffle. So give them a mix. You can shuffle them however you like to shuffle them. Don't throw too many on the floor. That's not so fun. So shuffle them however you shuffle them. Give them a nice mix. Wake them up. And once you've got them shuffled, take a little moment to focus your mind on the idea of all of the cards that you're holding. So you've shuffled them. Now hold them face down. And with fortune telling, we often deal not just one card, but we'll deal what we call a spread, as you know. And it might be a 3-card spread because there might be 3 or a 5-card spread. It's very common to do 10 cards as well to get a really big picture. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to deal 10 cards now. So we're going to do effectively 2 poker hands. So deal 2 piles of 5 cards in front of you. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can put the other cards aside for now. So we
have two piles of 5. We've got a pile of 5 on the left, a pile of 5 on the right. Pick up the top card of your left pile and have a look at it. Don't show me, I'm going to look away, but have a look at your card and commit it to memory. This is a very important card. Memorize it, whatever it is. You might have a major arcana or a minor arcana. You might have Pikachu. Whatever it is, whatever your card is, from whatever deck you're using, commit that to memory. Once you've committed that card to memory, replace it back on top of the left-hand pile, where it came from. Now pick up the pile on the right, and here I'm going to give you an option. Because from this right-hand pile, you're going to deal some cards from this pile away to the deck that you placed aside. But I leave it to you to determine whether you deal 1, 2, 3, or 4 cards. You can do as many or as few as you want. And don't tell me, that's just your little secret. I'm going to place some away as well. So place those away. And the remaining cards left in your hand from that right pile, you're just going to replace on top of the left pile. So place them on top. So you're effectively burying the card that you're thinking of. Because I don't know how many cards you dealt away, it could be any number of cards deep, and you could have any number of cards in this pile. So pick up this pile and turn it face up. Very good. Now I'm going to have you mix the cards in this pile, but this time I'm going to direct the mixing procedure. Follow carefully. Deal the top card to the table. Transfer the next card from the top to the bottom of the packet so it goes underneath. Deal the next card to the table. The next card to the bottom, and so forth. Continue with the procedure until you run out of cards. So, now that you've mixed the pile, I still don't know how many cards are there. Your card is lost. Take the combined pile and turn it face down on the table. Now, remove the top card of the pile and hold it face down in your hand. Say the name of the card that you remembered out loud. Say it out loud now. A little louder. No, the card you're holding is not the one you just named, so you can put that card aside. Pick up the next card on the pile and call out the name of the card that you remembered. Say it one more time nice and clearly. No, that's not your card either. Place it aside. Take the next card from the table pile. And again, call out the name of the card that you remembered. What? One more time? Yes. The card that you're holding is the one that you just named. Have a little look. And if that's not the card that you remembered, you need to follow instructions better. Thank you very much. Place your cards away somewhere very, very safe. We might come back to them later. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like it's time for another little bit of witchcraft. So grab your third piece of paper. We've already visited the element of earth, the element of water. The next one we're going to do is air. So we're going to think about air, the concept of air. That could be like illustrated through perhaps a puff of air. For me, I have this slightly strange obsession with clouds. I don't know why, but clouds are very important to me, central to lots of things that I do. So for me, air and clouds are very, very connected as an idea. And I'm using black because maybe it's a storm cloud or maybe it's a cloud at night. So the idea of air represents, certainly in my experience, decision-making, ideas and inspiration, especially kind of cerebral thoughts, ideas, but also travel. Like, I'm just gonna straight away, I want to put a little hot air balloon here. Get some ideas down about things that you're grateful for in terms of this energy of air, which could be to do with communication. So think about words or song or sounds, those all travel through the air. So think about maybe some positive conversations you've had or some amazing advice you've maybe even had earlier today. Think about words, thoughts, ideas, things connecting, puzzle pieces slotting into place. Think about, like, I don't exactly know how to draw a brain. It always looks a little bit like a cloud, but for me, that's an idea of like a brain and a storm, because there's some good idea. Oh, it's legs now, but it's a brain with legs and ideas. That's some ideas that I'm excited for, and also set some kind of intention. For me, I know that I want to do more reading, so I'm going to put myself like, this is my pile of books that I'm slowly working my way through. So I'm going to put my pile of books here. Set yourself some kind of intention to do with maybe things, maybe you want to tell somebody something that's really important. So get down some words, some ideas, whatever jumps to your mind first. For the idea of air, I know that as soon as I'm allowed to travel, I want to go to exciting places when the world reopens. There's so many places that I want to go to. That's an aeroplane. I know that it's an airplane. You don't need to know that it's an airplane. But for me, it's an airplane. I'm going to make my cloud extra fluffy. So get your ideas down for this idea of air, thoughts, inspiration, travel, ideas, communication. Get it down, create it, and display this somewhere else so that you're now surrounded by 3 amazing elements. Can you see? You're building an art gallery of elements. Great, and it's time for card number 3 in our tarot. So once again, if you could all like give yourselves a stretch, shake your arms around, move the room energy around, just get the blood pumping, clench your fists, maybe have a little drink or a nibble, send in a question, of course. This 3rd card is going to be to do with the future. So let's see what's going to present itself. But yeah, if you could really get the blood pumping, get moving. Yeah, breathing, doing exciting things. Deep breath. Okay, let's see. We have the moon. Our 3rd card is the moon. So the moon is a fascinating card. It's the moon obviously is brightest when it comes out at night. It does come out in day, but it comes out at night. So it's always the inspiration. It's the reflected light from the sun. So I always think of it as a card that's very relevant to creative pursuits and artists, because it's about reflection rather than direct sunlight. And it's the light that lights your path at night when things are dark and when you're having to navigate by the stars. So the moon is a fascinating and kind of deep presence and a very interesting character, a very strange friend of mine. And so to think about what that might mean for the future, I think the moon is inviting us to be creative, to be reflective, to be deep, to think longer term and think in more creative ways, maybe to engage with our artistic side and our skills. So, and send in your questions as well. So in terms of your questions, let's have a think about what the moon would say to you. And the moon, and the moon, hello. Oh, let me just, one slight improvement we can do.
Oh yeah, that's more moon-like, isn't it? Hello, it's me, the moon. Hi. It's nice to see you. Hi there, Colin. You know, I'm one of your favorite cards, which honestly I'm pretty stoked about. Thank you. You're one of my favorite people, so that's cool, isn't it? Hi Sam. Yeah, I'm the moon. That's right. Anything you want the moon to tell you today? Any questions? Yes, Colleen. I'll moon at you if I want to moon at you, Colleen. So yeah, I'm the moon. It's my prerogative. I also have a little. Yeah, of course I have a little lobster friend. Oh, hello Oh, magic of theatre, magic of theatre. Don't see the stick. Oh, look. From the deep. So elegant, so beautiful. Ah, always moonwalking. Oh, yeah. So I'm here. I'm upstairs. I'm watching you. I see you. I see you, Betty Jane. I see your naughty table. I see you, Sam. I like your drawing. And yeah, on the moon. My message for you, if I have one, is don't think about things too short term. That's like the sun's thing. He's like, oh, it's another day, me again. And don't be like the other planets. They're really slow. Be like me. Think of things in medium term. So think of things in months rather than days. Don't worry about getting through the day. You've got that. Think about the month. Things I can have a bit of an outsider perspective on the world at the moment, and I've got to say, it's tough down there. Stick with it. You're doing pretty good. I'm proud of you. Keep being you, because you're pretty cool. That's my message. Just keep being you, because you're pretty magic. I'll keep shining stuff for you. If you're not sure what to do, you can look up to me and I'll give you a wink. Like this. You look closely. I wink. I can do both eyes. Depends which hemisphere you're in, obviously. But what needs to be illuminated is I keep being distracted by excellent puns. Well done, Mary. Yes, this is lunacy. Yeah. Yes, what needs illuminated? Your path ahead is there. And use the stars to navigate. The things that are unchanging. Look at the things in your life that are unchanging. The things that haven't changed this year. 2020, so much has changed. So much has changed. But look at the things that haven't changed. What's staying the same? Look at the things that are staying the same in 2020, because those things will always be with you. And those things will be with you next year and the year after. So look at the things that have been your constant. Don't look at the things that are changing too much, because they're changing. You've got some stuff. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, it is a lunatic moon. It's me. So, yeah, so that's my message for you. I better go soon because, I've got moon-type things to do. But nice to see you all. Bye. And that's our third and final card from the tarot taken. So I'm going to extinguish my candle. And let's have a little moment of magic.
The time has come. I know it's going to be absolutely no surprise, but we have our final crafty moment. So this is our fourth of 4 elements. We have, of course, done earth, water, air. The one that is left is fire. This one is going to represent fire. It's going to represent passion, burning desire, but also kind of those entrepreneurial ambitions, the motivations, the things that get you out of bed in the morning. That's what I always think of it as. So I'm going to draw an enormous flame here and some sort of kindling. So draw whatever you think of when you hear of fire. I think of kind of this campfire situation with flames coming up. So picture all of that excitement, burning So once you have your idea of fire, this kind of hot coals, think about things that you're grateful for, that you kind of have a passion for, whether it's a current thing that you've really got your teeth into recently, or that you really, really love, or that you're really inspired about, or whether it's something from a long time ago, like music that you grew up loving. Like, think about things that maybe, like as a teenager, what music did you love? Like, get some of those ideas down, the passion, the things that really give you that hunger in your belly, that enthusiasm, that fire. But also, if you have any exciting projects coming up, maybe think about those, because that also counts. That's an interesting thing, because you're changing the world. It's that kind of fire in your belly. So things that you're grateful for, or excited about, or passionate about, or if you've started doing something that's exciting and you're glad, like I've been running recently and I've just started running and it's like exciting, and that's about as good as I looks like I'm running away from a fire, but I maybe am. So get some gratitude down, but also set some kind of intention. Is there something that you have a burning desire to go and do, and you just haven't yet mustered the courage to go and do it? So maybe that's something you want to change about the world around you, or maybe it's an artistic expression that you're longing to get out, like finally paint that painting, or write that book, or tell that story, or maybe it's to do with activism or helping other people. But think about those things that you want to get out into the world, and represent that in some way. It could be graphically, but it could also be with a symbol that's maybe got meaning for you, but not necessarily meaning for other people. So think about what those things are. Get it down on the page and fill it with fire, and have your fire. Oh, now I look like a smelly runner. No, it's flames. It's flames of excitement, flames of burning desire. Create your fire, create your masterpiece, put that somewhere that it's going to be burning towards you. And now you have completed all 4 of your elements. So you should have 4 very powerful, intuitive, inspiring ideas around you in your local art gallery. Take a moment to look around at all the different things that you've created, absorb it, and then I think it's time for a beautiful ritual that we will all do together. I think the time has come for us to gather together our art gallery all into one place. So pick up your drawings, the different elements that you explored, and lay them out in front of you. Get them to meet each other. Shuffle them around. Allow them to try different configurations. Allow the ideas to flow past you. Give them a shuffle. Give them a mix. Allow them to meet each other properly and integrate. And turn them face down and give them a mix. We're going to do a ritual that combines all of the elements. And this is a ritual that will bring you luck in love. Yes, it's that kind of ritual. It's going to add a little bit more luck to your love life, or love however you interpret it. It might not necessarily be romantic love. It could be any form of love. It could be kind of love of fellow people, or love of a TV show, or love of whatever you love of amazing home-cooked food, or it could be your love life. It's whatever you want it to be. And this is a ritual that draws equally upon all 4 elements, which is why we're using them, and we're balancing them. And we've been on the magician's journey, and we've listened to each of the elements in our own lives. As above, so below. As before, so after. So gather your 4 pieces now and keep them face down and mix them. Shuffle them in any way you choose. Just allow the energies to flow amongst each other. Once you're happy that they have all intermingled and shuffled completely, stop and hold them face down in your hands. As I said, this ritual is going to bring you luck in love, whatever that means for you, and it will last for 1 week. This ritual only lasts for a week, but if you have an amazing week, obviously you can just do this again in a week's time. So that's how this works. So give your pieces of paper a cut. What that means is transfer 1, 2, or 3 pieces of paper from the top of the pile to the bottom of the pile. As many or as few as you like. And if you feel like you're really maybe in need of this luck in the love department, then just give them another little cut. No judgment. I can't see what you're doing, so no judgment. Feel free. Make the most of this ritual. Enjoy it. Now, no ritual is truly complete without some form of sacrifice. And so, take your trusty scissors. Yes. And cut your pieces of paper exactly in half, as close to the middle as you can, so that you actually have two little piles. I know it's destroying your artwork, but don't you worry too much. Now you have a choice. You can either put the right pile on top of the left pile, or you can put the left pile on top of the right pile, whatever you prefer. But look, you've now just made a little pile of papers. It's half as big as it was before. So now give them a little cut. Very good. Transferring a few from the top to the bottom. Oh, and take the top 1, 2, 3 pieces. So the 3 pieces off the top, and bury them into the middle. So they can all go in together, or you can spread them out. But as long as they go in the middle, so not on top or on the bottom, you want to really bury them. Okay, I also forgot one other important thing. That's that. Take the, it's not too late, we'll just do it now. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm overexcited. Take the top piece, and without looking at it, put it somewhere safe. So if you have a crystal or a coin or something that you can, like, put it safe, that represents the hidden, the unknown. Anyway, back to your pile that you have in your hand. Take either 2 or 3 pieces off of the top. You can choose whether it's 2 or 3, and bury them into the very center of the pile so that they're lost. Very good, and square everything up. Now, take the next piece off the top of the pile, and if you're sitting beside someone else who's also doing this ritual, swap your piece with them if you like, with consent, of course. You don't have to, but it's an opportunity. Feel free to swap it if you like, or if you're not sitting beside someone who's doing the ritual or you don't want to swap, just keep the same piece and bury that into the center. So they're buried right in the middle, and keep everything nice and square. So now you have a decision to make, and it's going to determine how many pieces you take from the top of the pile next. So think carefully about how lucky your last week was. How lucky did it feel, especially in the love department, but in all areas? Did it feel, if you felt like you had a really good week and you want next week to be exactly the same, you're going to take 0 pieces off the top. So just mime it. If you want everything to be exactly the same, just mime it. If the last week was okay, but you would like a couple of extra nice surprises this week, like a few more cherries on top of the cake, then take 1 piece off the top of the pile. If you think things could have been better and you're ready for a bit of a change in the luck department, take 2 pieces. And if last week was frankly terrible and you feel like you're needing a lot of luck this week, take 3. No judgment. There we go. So you're either holding 1, 2, or 3 pieces right now. Now, take those 1, 2, or 3 that you're holding and throw them away with gay abandon. Throw them up in the air. Let them tumble down. Let them be gone. Expelliarmus. Throw them away. Now, take the next piece off the top of your remaining cards and bury it in the center of your pile. So hold your pile so that you're holding it face down. And now at this stage, remember, you arranged your papers at the beginning into any order, and I couldn't know that order. You shuffled them, and you cut them, and you cut them, and you shuffled them, and some of you swapped some, maybe, and you threw some away. I don't even know how many you threw away or how many you're holding right now. But we're going to make sure that this ritual lasts for a whole week. So take the top piece of your pile, and today is Friday, so say Saturday out loud. Yes, nice and loud, Saturday, and put it to the bottom of the pile. Take the next piece, say Sunday, and put it to the bottom of the pile. Take the next piece and say Monday, put it to the bottom. Tuesday, put it to the bottom. Wednesday, put it to the bottom. Thursday, put it to the bottom. And of course, Friday, put it to the bottom. That gives us a whole week. That's why we're only doing a week. You see, we have limited time. So, and let's make sure we're keeping all the good luck and getting rid of the bad luck. So take the top piece and say, they love me, and put it to the bottom. And take the next top piece and say, they love me not. Yes, with feeling, that's good. And throw them away. They love you not. Throw them away. They love me. Take the next piece and put it to the bottom. They love me not. Throw it away. They love me. And keep going until you only have one left. They love me not. Until you only have one piece left. Now, hold it tight. It's going to bring you all of that luck for a whole week. You've basically just completed the love spell. And you've conjured a special token, a totem, that will stay with you and bring you good luck. It's something that you infused with your intentions and your gratitude and the elements, and there's an element of randomness to it as well. And as I'm a magician, I'm also going to send you some extra luck. It's difficult doing it over such great distances, but then again, I am pretty powerful, so abracadabra. It is done. For the next week, you will encounter lots of delightful coincidences in your life. Keep your eyes open for those opportunities that are coming your way. Some of them will be hidden in shadows, so you might have to pay very close attention. In fact, for some of you, the magic may have already started working. Have a look at this lucky piece that you've ended up with. And compare it to the piece that you've been saving since the beginning. If so, what a fascinating coincidence. And so here we are. That is my gift to you. I hope that you're good. Wow, excellent. Boom, good. Yes, this has been my gift to you. Thank you, and thank you for giving your gift to me. No way, yes way. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing some of my magic with you and creating some magic together with you. I think we managed to create, it felt certainly for me like we were in the same room. Magic happened here, magic happened there. I've thoroughly enjoyed sharing this show with you. If you have any questions for me, if there's anything that you would like to know generally about me or about being a magician, or anything you've wondered, because obviously some of you have spent decades and decades and decades with the world of tarot, and I have been a magician all my life. So if there's anything you'd like to know about how those meet, feel free to pop any questions in the box. This now concludes our witching hour together. So I have taken you on a little journey through some of my inspiration in the world of tarot. This was, as I said, a completely brand new show. This has not been done before. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang got us there. We arrived. Congratulations. Paul, the sound guy Spicer, the absolute legend who is up there in Thunderbird 5, orbiting the Earth, connecting everything together, is some kind of superhuman ninja and deserves all the thanks. And big thank you to Kim as well. And one thing that I would like to say, thank you, Sam, thank you, Karina, thank you very much, is that you've got a really action-packed, exciting day tomorrow. I was able to tune into some of the things today and they were wonderful and inspiring. So UK time, I think it's 9:30 a.m. start tomorrow. You're in for such a treat. The lineup is stellar and incredible, and I will be tuning in as well. You will also be subjected to me again for a brief moment during what would be the UK morning time tomorrow morning. So during the first half of tomorrow's activities, I'll be popping up and talking a little bit, just a very brief moment about a project called Oracularium, which I have created with the amazing visionary artist Andrea Asta. So tune in for that. Oh, great way to spend an evening. It was lovely to spend. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It was a lovely way to spend an evening. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Even though we're far apart, it still feels like we're all together because there's so much love in the family. So thank you. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Lots and lots of thank yous that I can't keep up with. And I promised that I would finish in a couple of minutes. So if anybody has any questions, hit me with a question. Oh, Pervin, thank you very much indeed. Very entertaining. Well, it takes two to tango. You must be very entertainable. So yes, it's been an absolute joy. I'm very pleased. I knew that tonight would be an exciting adventure. Andrea wants to talk to the hanging man. All of the blood has now rushed to his head, and he's making no sense. But he will be available for private consultations in future. So yes, this is a brand new show. As I said, you were audience number one, a world first. For me, this is the first time that I have ventured with a magic show outside the context of theatres. I usually perform in theatres and cabarets. That is my living, and those have disappeared. I was halfway through a huge UK tour when lockdown began, and that's probably delayed for when theatres, beloved venues, can open again. So if there's theatres near you, support them however you can. They are accepting donations and things. If there's any way that you can share amazing venues, they need all our help. They're not, especially in the UK, they're not getting a huge amount of support. And I'm sure worldwide it's a tricky time. So I have made this leap into, on my chitty chitty bang bang, flying crazy contraption into this new world. It's been a real pleasure sharing it with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're all amazing. Oh, I'm the number one magician. Oh, shucks. You were the number one audience. So I won't prattle on too much longer. If you have any other questions about magician-y stuff, you can get in touch with me. Maybe through the networking function here or in other ways. I'm Neil Kelso, I'm the magician. Kim says, will you be live for 2021 conference? You better believe it. I can't wait till we can all get together again. The naughty table is reserved. I put a velvet cordon around it. So yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, I'll happily come to Stoke. Yes. So yeah, we can talk tarot. We can do good things. So the one thing that's really intriguing about this whole process, it's very new for me, is having comments that I can read. And it's so exciting because normally in a theatre audience, the opportunity for that is so much more limited. You can still play lots with the audience, but when you were having Pokemon pun fun, I was so tempted to jump in. So yeah, so there we go. That's some thoughts. I'm going to log off now so that you can get some sleep, some rest, or polish off your drinks. Everything begins 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. A huge big thank you to absolutely all of you. And yeah, that's me. So thank you very much indeed. I'm going to log off and have fun. Oh, I might leave you with a favorite bit of music, actually. I've disappeared visually, but don't you worry. Let's have a little bit of music from hell because it makes me laugh just so much. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much indeed, everyone. Have an amazing night. Goodbye.